This is your morning in 8 minutes. This morning we are waiting to hear if a body found in Memphis is Eliza Fletcher.
Police say a man abducted the teacher while jogging early Friday morning. Police found a body about a half-mile away from where they found the SUV used in the kidnapping. So far, they have not released the identity. Right now, Cleotha Abston is charged in the kidnapping. Police say he forced Fletcher into the SUV before driving off. Police say Abston won't tell them where Fletcher is. He will appear in court this morning. His bond right now set at $500,000.
And right now, the NTSB will be in southern Kentucky today working to figure out why a helicopter headed for Knoxville crashed. The pilot, David Stone from Blount County, did not survive. Investigators say the helicopter was flying low on the radar before disappearing, possibly trying to avoid bad weather. Crews later found the wreckage at Mammoth Cave National Park. One person is recovering this morning after a shooting in Dandridge. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says it happened Sunday near the 1000 block of Chestnut Grove Road. When deputies got there, they found a man shot in the front yard of a home. Police say they arrested the shooter at the scene. The victim is expected to be okay. And continuing coverage this morning, a Blount County Sheriff's deputy has a new heart after being rejected twice last month.
Deputy Lydia Sharp is recovering after having surgery at Vanderbilt Medical Center. She was diagnosed with congestive heart failure in May. Sharp was scheduled to get a new heart 2 times in the last month, but both times the doctor said it wouldn't work right before surgery. The family tells us she went into surgery on Sunday night and is now resting from the operation. Her daughter says so far she's doing well. Clinton Highway between Old Callahan and Beaver Creek is back open this morning. Police closed the road last night after a crash knocked down an electric pole and the power lines on the road. KUB crews were out restoring power in the area overnight. Highway Patrol says the road is back open this morning. And new details tonight, Knoxville City Council members will be voting on sending a letter to the state saying all Knoxville residents should have access to abortion-related health care services. 7 out of 9 council members are recommending it for approval. Tonight's meeting starts at 6 o'clock in the City County building.
And right now, the city of Jackson, Mississippi is one step closer to having safe drinking water. In fact, some people have their water back this morning. That water pressure is restored, but those who live there, they're still under that water boil advisory. Water supplies, they were disrupted a week ago when a flood damaged a treatment facility. State officials say they cannot guarantee the water is safe enough to drink until they get 2 rounds of clear samples. That could take days. And 2 people are dead after a wildfire burned more than 700 acres in California. Some 1,500 homes were evacuated and firefighters rushed to help people trapped by the flames. Firefighters are battling changing wind conditions and extreme temperatures. 6 air tankers and 4 helicopters were grounded until daylight today.
Well, the United Nations Security Council will be briefed today on what investigators found at a Ukrainian power plant. It's been shelled in recent weeks and its last working reactor was just switched off from the grid. Ukrainian officials turned the reactor off after multiple fires under Russian control.
And a U.S. district judge is authorizing an outside legal expert known as a special master to review the records seized during the search of Donald Trump's Florida estate. That deadline is set for Friday to select a special master that would separate any items that might be protected by claims of attorney-client privilege or executive privilege. The ruling blocks the DOJ from using the documents in its investigation until that review is done. And today, students in Uvalde, Texas are going back to class for the first time since the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. School officials say new security measures are nearing completion and dozens of law enforcement officers will be on hand for the new year. And this morning, some of our nation's heroes will be making their way to East Tennessee. Yeah, today's day 1 of 5 days of Medal of Honor celebrations here in Knoxville. This 5-day event pays tribute to past and present recipients. Some of them will be visiting schools and taking part in several ceremonies. The recipients chose to come to Knoxville again for the 2nd time. And greeting the recipients at McGee-Tyson Airport is this display put up by American Airlines showing the photos and citations of those who have earned the Medal of Honor. It is 6:53. WVLT proud to be your official station of the Vols. Josh Heupel and the Tennessee football team gearing up for this weekend's tough road matchup game against the Pittsburgh Panthers. This is the 2nd matchup in the Johnny Majors Classic, honoring the legendary coach who led both teams. Pitt
Pitt beat the Vols last year inside Neyland Stadium in a close game. Tennessee looking for a little revenge. Kickoff for this week's game this Saturday at 3:30. And speaking of UT, it's time to celebrate 228 years of the University of Tennessee. Here's a live look at campus this morning. Today kicks off the birthday week for UT. And to celebrate, there's a few fun events happening on campus. Free tacos will be served starting at 11 inside the center for student engagement. You may find me there. And certain power teas will be found on campus for a scavenger hunt that students can take back for a prize.
For students, keyword there. It's
Okay.
6:54. Let's get a look at traffic with Whitney Turner.
It is a busy start on the roadways as many people get back to work today. Be prepared for that extra company. Right now, those interstates and main roads are running on time. We do have a disabled vehicle in a tricky spot on I-40 right near the weigh scales. You can see it in the left-hand shoulder of the interstate. Use caution if you're headed there. You can see that volume already building in ahead of that morning rush. Here's a live look at I-40 right around Alcoa Highway. Looking much better getting around here. And you're on a great start to kick off your Tuesday morning.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
5 minutes to 7 now. Good Tuesday morning to you. As we do have some isolated rain and storms right now adding up in far southeastern Kentucky. When I add all of the downpours up throughout the day today, just know that we'll continue to see the spotty coverage kind of sprinkled in again throughout your day, especially this evening as the temperature tries to come back down, meets that dew point, that humidity level naturally higher in the evening. And that's what creates these spotty rain and storms up into the foothills and mountains. Clips the valley here like Anderson, Knox to Union, but notice it will be a good couple of downpours on parts of the plateau. These blue streaks again are your half an inch to an inch, the purple dots 1+. So we do get a couple of really heavy downpours to develop. It's just a 20% coverage right here along the Tennessee-Kentucky line especially. I'll catch a few more and then far northeast Tennessee up into the Smoky Mountains as well. So right now that's where we have spotty rain. We've got some downpours, Knox County clipping really Campbell to Whitley County, couple trying to develop and move on to the plateau, and temperatures hanging out in those upper 60s to low 70s. Again, here's a quick look at that downpour developing and slowly moving towards Middlesboro in about an hour, closer to 7:55. But right now we also have some patches of fog developing as we have that high humidity. So if you're just trying to get out the door on this Tuesday, keep in mind, yes, some isolated rain and storms are trying to develop in an otherwise steamy day. Yeah, that's what we share, the steamy part of it. 84 will feel closer to 90 today. We'll have a close look at that first alert futurecast coming up on the CW here in a few minutes.
All right, Heather, thanks. So we got 2 more hours coming up on WBXX, the CW Knoxville. But starting today, we have a new 9 o'clock show on WVLT with Miss Whitney Turner and meteorologist Paige Noel. You ready?
I'm ready, and we hope you will join us.
Yes, all right. We're headed over to WBXX. We hope you have a good Tuesday.